So guys, hop in here right quick. Today I want to talk about how to preserve yourself, what steps you need to take, and what methods I use in my daily life to preserve myself. And self-preservation, guys, is number one on the list of survival. You know you have food, water, shelter, sex, sleep, companionship, or whatever you want to put on that list. But the first and foremost rule, guys, according to many others over the past thousands of years, is self-preservation. The true meaning of self-love, guys. And I'm just going to get into something that a lot of you guys have never heard of. And disclaimer, when I say what I'm fixing to say, I'm not telling you to stop going to the doctor's office. I'm not telling you to stop going to the dentist. I'm not telling you to stop seeing your monthly therapist. I'm simply saying this, guys. Alkalinity beats acidity. And for those of you guys that don't understand the meaning of alkalinity and acidity, if you go back to high school, you might have heard acid and base. Anything above 7.0 pH level is base, or in other words, alkali. Anything below 7.0 is acidic. The foods you put in your body are either helping you or defeating you. I'm not saying to stop eating meat, guys. I'm not telling you to stop eating meat. I'm not telling you to stop eating certain foods, certain junk foods, certain like alcohol. I'm simply saying, guys, that there is no meat in the world that is alkali. Every bit of food, every bit of meat that you put in your body is acidic. Anytime you put anything acidic in your body, you are open to disease. That's simply what I'm saying, guys. And I'm not telling you to stop eating it. I'm simply saying try to cut back. This is the first step to self-preservation. Cut back on stuff that you know is bad for you. Like, I understand now that meat is very acidic. It's not certain meats, guys. It's all meat. All meat is acidic. Think about it. You're putting dead animal into a live body. That is very acidic. Alcohol is very acidic. You understand alcohol would strip your insides out. So why do we put it in our body? Of course it's acidic. A list of alkali foods that I would recommend: onions, bell peppers, mushrooms, quinoa. It's not really a vegetable, but quinoa. It's spelled Quinoa. You can find it at your local grocery store, Walmart, Kroger, anywhere you like to shop. Publix, of course, has it, carries it. There are plenty of alkali. Like, guys, when you finish watching this video, I suggest you go look up a list of alkali foods that you can eat. Guys, I want us to be more alkali. This is a lifestyle. I want y'all living the same lifestyle that I live. I'm always happy. I'm full of energy. I'm boosting full of energy. I'm the healthiest I've ever been in my entire life. Right now, I get plenty of sleep at night. I'm never sick. I never have to skip any type of job that I've ever had. I've never had to skip work. So, with that being said, my second step to this would be drink water. Water, water, water. And not just any type of water, guys. Spring water. If you drink distilled water, you're not getting the same pH level as you would from spring water. Spring water, and a brand that I would highly recommend, would be Fiji and Eternal. Eternal has a pH level of 8.0, as does Fiji. I believe Fiji has a 7.7 pH. There are many more brands, but these two I recommend in particular. And if you can't find, certain spring water, I would go to Crystal Geyser. Crystal Geyser can be found almost anywhere, guys. It can be found at your local grocery store, down the road at the gas station. Crystal Geyser water, guys. I used to buy gallons of that stuff. I used to buy gallon bottles of Crystal Geyser water. It's alkali, and it's spring water. But yes, I do recommend spring water. I don't recommend purified water. It doesn't have the same minerals as spring water, nor do I recommend distilled water unless you're doing a fast. Unless you're fasting, guys, I highly recommend that you drink spring water. And whatever you weigh in pounds, you should drink half of that in ounces. Like, if you weigh 200 pounds, you should be drinking 100 ounces of water a day, which is almost a gallon. It's almost equivalent to a gallon. If you drink, if you weigh 140, close to what I weigh, I would suggest you drink 70 ounces of water a day as the bare minimum. The bare minimum for me would be about 50 ounces a day. So that's pretty much a half a gallon of water, guys. So yes, please drink half of what you weigh in ounces in spring water. Alright, my next thing for you guys is grooming. I know some of you guys, we're alpha males over here. So I know some of you guys don't have time for grooming. You don't really care for certain grooming tips and products. But guys, this isn't for the ladies. This isn't to impress anybody but yourself. It's not necessarily for looks, but just for feeling. And guys, my first thing out of all this would be to take adequate showers. If you take one in the morning and take one at night, that's nice. But guys, take one good shower a day. I guarantee you, there will be no must, there will be no smell, there will be no stench if you do it just right. And I recommend that you stay in there for at least 5 to 7 minutes. And do not use like scalding hot water, guys. I recommend lukewarm water. Hell, I take cold showers. It's better for your skin and your hair and your scalp. You don't have to worry about skin flaking. You don't have to worry about none of that stuff. You know, skin peeling off and skin irritation and high blood pressure. Cold showers lower blood pressure. I know it might make you sick in the wintertime, guys, but I do it sparingly. Like if I take a warm shower, I'll cut the cold water on for about a good minute and a half, and then I'll cut it off. And it's also good for posture and frame. Like it helps you to keep a steady frame, guys. If you're in front of a female that you're trying to impress, you're as calm as could be. And this also goes for meditation too. You're as calm as can be, guys. Like if you can stand cold water hitting your back, you can stand sitting there and talking to a female for about a good 5 to 10 minutes. You're not nervous. You're not janking around, moving back and forth and off a discussion, off a frame. You're always on balance. So I do recommend cold showers, guys. But back to the subject. Brush your teeth thoroughly, guys. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, the bare minimum. I want you to get every side at least 20 times. I want you to get every side at least 20 times. The front, the back, your tongue, the gums. I want you to get everything. Gargle for about a good 30 seconds. I would say about a good 30 seconds. Guys, use olive oil on your skin. Don't use it to the point where it's caked on and you're greasy all day. Once you use it on your face, wipe it off with a hot washcloth. Keep it on there for about 5 to 10 minutes and wash it off with a hot washcloth, guys. But yes, that's how we keep our skin from getting. That's how we keep our skin from getting flaky and just dry all day long. It's very beneficial, guys, in the long run too. Like throughout your life, you may notice that you don't have as many wrinkles as the people that live around you, as your friends, your peers, the people you grew up with. They look a little bit older. You're still looking like you're about 24 years old, like I am. And I would also recommend coconut oil for your hair. It's what I put in my hair right now. Some people put it in and wash it out. I leave mine in as like a pomade. And I'm biracial, so it really just kind of slicks my hair back. It doesn't leave my hair greasy with a greasy film. It really softens it. Women love running their fingers through my hair. It's a good feeling. Like I just love messing with my hair. I try not to mess with it a lot because I've always felt like it was feminine. But guys, when your hair is as soft as mine, guys, you just love sitting there messing with it and fixing it all the time. No wrong with that. Just as long as you don't do it in public, it's cool. But yes, guys, file and polish your nails. I know that some of y'all watching is like, what? That okay, I know you're taking it too far now. Like I'm a man, I don't polish and file. Guys, polish and file your nails. File and polish your nails in that order. I guarantee you, it ain't like I said before. It has nothing to do with the females, guys. It has everything to do with you. You feel like a better person. You look like a better person. I guarantee you will have more energy throughout the day. And it only takes like about 5 minutes. 2 minutes and 50 seconds on each hand, guys. It does not take long at all. If you're just sitting there watching TV or listening to music, chilling in your chair, Just sit there and play with your nails a little bit. Don't do it too often though, because you will. It's kind of like sanding down wood. You will make your nails a little bit weaker each time you do it. So I recommend doing it like every 2 weeks, kind of like you would with your hair. Speaking of the hair, guys, we have to start getting our hair cut every 2 weeks. Just go into your local barber shop, or if you cut hair yourself, give yourself a simple edge up every 2 weeks, guys. Go get it faded down the side. Go get a fresh part every 2 weeks, guys. Keep your hair on point. Like I said, put the olive oil in the hair. I wouldn't recommend any over-the-counter products for your hair because of all the chemicals. Guys, I'm strictly natural. I like oils. I like vegetables, fruits, coconut milk. I like spring water, guys. I'm with a natural lifestyle, guys. I may use some products with some chemicals in it, kind of like my toothpaste, but it's more like, I think it's white tea oil or something like that. But guys, other than that, I'm a natural person. I don't put a lot of lotions on my skin, guys, unless I'm just going out somewhere and I want to smell good. I'll put on some cologne. Other than that, guys, everything I own is vegan and vegetarian. But other than grooming, my next step would be sleep. And guys, this all goes back to what you eat. Guys, when you start eating right and feeling right, your sleep patterns will show. Like I fasted for a whole day a few days back. Not a whole day. I fasted. I woke up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and fasted until about 7 o'clock that night. And then I made, like some alkali food for myself. It was on a Sunday, and I woke up that Monday morning feeling like a champ. Like I felt great. I did that for a whole solid week of drinking, strictly alkali water and alkali foods. I did that for a whole entire week. And I was just boosting, full of energy. I looked great, I felt great, and I was just happy all around. It's a beautiful feeling, guys. Once you transform over to this lifestyle that I'm teaching y'all about, you will not turn back. Everything, if you seen me 5 years ago, you probably wouldn't recognize me. I'm a totally changed person. I'm a different person. I'm more calm. I'm more relaxed than I used to be. But guys, back to my subject. Continue to keep the same sleep rhythm. I call it sleep rhythm. Well, I guess you would call it the circadian rhythm, but I call it sleep rhythm. Guys, like if you work a second shift job, you go, like say you go in at 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you get off at 12, try to be in bed by 3 o'clock, and then that way you'll wake up about 11 o'clock in the morning in most guys. But you want to keep this same pattern every single night. Even if you work overtime, if you can go to bed from 3 to 5 o'clock and wake up around 11 to 12 o'clock, you'll get a rhythm about yourself. You'll be happier. You'll feel better. If your job is janky or wherever you may work or whatever type of sleep pattern you have, like some nights you might go to bed at 9 o'clock in the evening. So the next night you might go to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning. That is unhealthy, guys. It's more unhealthy for our minds. It's good that we're getting sleep, but it's not good for our minds. My mother, I believe she was in the hospital at the beginning of this year. She had suffered memory loss because of her job. She worked so many different shifts, and she suffered from shift change, and it put her in the hospital. She couldn't remember what day it was. She barely could remember our names. Like it sickened me when I went to see her. She couldn't remember anything, simply because of at the time she went into her job. She'd go in the morning time. She'd go in the evening and get off in the morning. Go in the morning and get off in the evening. And it's not healthy, guys. If you have a job like that, the best thing to do is to leave. I'm not saying leave the money. I'm saying, but put yourself first, guys. And this is what this is about, self-preservation. I want you guys putting yourself first before anything and everything. But guys, here's some routines you can use before you go to bed. One of my all-time favorites, meditate. You thought I was going to say prayer. No, meditation, guys. Meditate for about 15 minutes. Turn everything off. Turn all the lights off. Turn the music off. You might want to play some soft meditation music. Either way, just sit there and in complete nothingness. I call it nothingness, guys. Sit in complete nothingness and don't even think. Just sit there, and you can do it with your eyes closed. You can do it. You ain't even got to be on the ground Indian style. You can be sitting in a chair like this and just sit here like, and just breathe, guys. Just do some breathing exercises every night before you go to bed. And definitely no food 2 hours before you go to sleep. If you go to bed at 10 o'clock at night, you should stop eating around 8 o'clock. If you go to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, you should stop eating after midnight. So that's that. I wouldn't even recommend drinking water during those 2 hours. Everything should be shut off from your body during that time period. That 2 hour time period is when you should be meditating and reading. Which, speaking of reading, that's my third and one of my very important steps. Guys, you should stimulate your mind before you go to bed just a little bit. Just a little bit. You can read a chapter out of a book. You can read the Bible. You can read the dictionary, whatever. You can read a magazine. But whatever you do, do not read it off of your phone. That's my fourth and final routine before bed. Will be to stop using your phone, guys. We have got to stop looking at our phone before we go to sleep. When you look at that bright screen while you're trying to go to bed, especially in a dark room, it's not good for your brain and it's not good for your sleep. It's definitely not good for trying to go to sleep. I'll tell you that much. Like if you're sitting there on Facebook or on Instagram or Twitter or Snap, whatever you're doing, stop doing it, guys. Especially 2 hours before you go to sleep. I don't care if it's an important phone call. Your phone should go off. Right before you go to bed, you should cut your phone off and cut it on in the morning time. And I know some of y'all use it as an alarm clock. I know y'all going to tell me that. Guys, go invest in an alarm clock. Or if you have a laptop computer, use the alarm on your laptop computer like I do. But guys, stop using your phones before you go to sleep. Looking at a bright screen is going to affect your brain, and it's going to keep you stimulated throughout the night. So guys, pretty much that's all I had to talk about today. Is self-preservation, alkalinity versus acidity. Eat more alkali foods, guys. Drink spring water. Eat more fruits and vegetables. Look up, when you get done watching this video, guys, I want y'all to go check out a list of alkali foods you could be eating. And grooming. Not necessarily for looks, but just for feeling. But more for feeling, excuse me. So, like I said, take adequate showers, brush your teeth 2 minutes every day, 3 times a day. Use olive oil on your face and skin. Don't cake it on there, though. Use coconut oil in your hair. Don't cake it in your hair, though. File and polish your nails. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, guys, but I want you to have clean and presentable nails. Have your hair cut every 2 weeks, guys. I cannot stress that enough. Sleep pattern. When you start, like I said, when you start eating right, your sleep patterns will show. Continue to keep the same sleep rhythm. Meditate before bed. No food 2 hours before bed. Read before you go to bed. And no cellular phone before you go to bed, guys. I love you guys. I'm going to keep giving you more valuable information to go off on. We live in this lifestyle together. All 2019, all throughout the 2020s, baby. This is Make It Happen coming at you. Peace and holla back.